So today we're looking at Unit 1 review for your test. I just want to give you a couple tips and tricks for you to keep in mind while you're studying and preparing. It's important that you watch this because I'm going to point out some things that you may leave out or leave behind, and then at the end I'm going to solve a couple problems that I think are the most challenging that you have on your study guide. One of the most important is that you are definitely showing your work on every problem that you can. Whether it's any of these or any other one on your test, show your work. Another huge part is that you are reading the directions and making sure that you are answering the questions exactly the way that the question was asked. And the last piece to remember is that you are writing your units. If you look here, we have an incorrect and a correct way of showing your units. So make sure you're doing it the correct way. In order to solve this problem, I'm going to need to look at it in two pieces for our two different prisms. So I'm going to divide my prism there. So I have my one prism here in blue, and I have my other one here in red. And this will allow me to find the volume for each, and then I can find the volume as a whole. So first I'm going to do my prism in blue. So I can see that I have a height of 7, a length of 7, and a width of 2. Those give me my three numbers to then multiply to find the volume. I also like to look at this 7 and trace the side that is represented by the 7. And the same here, and the same here, to make sure I'm using the correct numbers and I'm not using one from possibly an old measurement before I divided my shape. So I can use my calculator to multiply those numbers. I have 98. And then for my red prism, I can see that I have 7 here, 5 is here, and 3 is here. So I have 7 times 5 times 3. I can again use my calculator to solve. Here again, on this problem, I need to divide my first prism into two different sections. And so for my blue prism and my red prism, I'm going to have separate formulas. To solve. I'm going to use my calculator for both. And then I just need to add my two numbers together. Don't forget your units. On my second prism, I just need to solve it once because it's one solid prism together. So in this question, what I want to highlight are the two different strategies that I can use to solve this, because question 7 on your study guide is talking about that. So in the first prism, what I notice is that one side I have a complete look at how many cubes fill that. So I know that 12 cubes fills the side. Now all I need to do is multiply that by the number of cubes that stretch across. So all I need to do is 12 times 7 to get my volume. The prism in the bottom, I'm going to use my two measurements of cubes to find the area of the bottom, and then I'm going to multiply it by the height of the number of cubes that fit. And that's the different way that I'm solving these two problems.